Morning, man. What we represent, man?
Big money bound.
Say, let her know, man.
Big money bound.
The kids, man. We got the kids, man. Let me get some light up in here first. I ain't heard them get a little light going on. So, last night was day 1 of my 5 days in a row. Last night was overtime. I picked it up for a day I ain't worked. Cause it's just like, I was thinking about it, man. Like, y'all know me. Y'all been with me for a minute. The amount of money, and y'all know that, like, I done got a nice little raise. And I ain't didn't tell y'all, but after that raise, I got another raise, which took me like a whole nother like a $4 raise. So, excuse me. That's a blessing in itself. An additional $4. Now it's to the point where, like, I get paid time and a half. The half is now what I used to get paid hourly at one point. What I used to get paid hourly as a therapist is now my half on time and a half. So it's like, I want to be at home. I want to spend as much time with my family as possible. I want to see my son grow up. But at the same time, I was grinding crazy for that little bit. Now that's my half. Plus what I'm getting hourly. I got to go out here and I got to get this money for my family by any means. So when my little boy started walking and talking at his pre-K graduation, playing his little basketball game, his little football games, I never miss a game or I don't miss a practice. And his mama can be good forever and don't got to work. I got to go ahead and get this fatty for us. Hold down the crib. Make sure we got the budget on point. Get the coupons out. We got food. We got dinner. It's teamwork. You feel me? We go hand in hand. We got to get this money. That's why I love Jody Jo, because she understands that she rocking with me. Like, she know, like, that Benz ain't cheap. But, you know, I'm going to make it happen. Feel me? We going to eat. So, shout out to Jody, man. And shout out to that job for giving me that huge, that, like, bro. When I tell y'all, like, richer than I ever been, shout out to Rick Ross. Richer than I ever been, like the album. Richer than I've ever been, like, man. Respiratory therapy saved me, bro. I got it all from respiratory therapy. I ain't hurt nobody, man. I just went to work and I put that grind in. You know how good it feels to, like, when I'm buying stuff that my son need, just buying my girl stuff. My family good. And I got them just like a man should. But, not my night, man. I was in the unit. I was in MS. I was covering the unit. I started off with a total of 6 vents. 6 vents. When I was getting a report, I was notified that one patient was sent to hospice and was extubated. So now I got 5 vents. See, I'm not going to say that's good. I'm just letting you know how my load started decreasing. So now I got 5 vents. I get up here to the unit. Another patient that's DNR hospice. The doc come by to check on the patient. Doc saying, yeah, man, I don't think this patient gonna make it through the night. I finished up my first round, seeing everybody. Patient didn't make it to the second round. So now I got 4 vents. RIP to everybody who ain't make it. My workload just getting shorter and shorter. And initially, when I first walked into my first room to do my initial vent check out the settings, assess the patient, I heard a gurgling noise. Like I said, whenever you hear like a gurgling noise coming from the patient, it's because the tube, the cuff around the tube isn't like properly inflated. You got to inflate it a little bit more. So I inflated the cuff. The noise stopped. As soon as I did that, started doing my charting. The nurse came in behind me saying, yeah, there's some noise coming from the patient. I'm like, no, I already took care of it. You did? I'm like, yeah, I got you, man. So by the nurse saying she realized there was a problem because the patient was making some kind of gurgling noise when the air was getting blown into the patient. It was like some kind of leak was being made. And now she comes in, and before she can tell me, I already addressed the issue. That little moment right there let us know, okay, he found the problem and he took care of it. He didn't wait for me to tell him. And now I see that she saw the problem and she was going to notify me. Now we got some form of understanding, and now we got some cohesiveness. Like we kind of got something going. Well, hold on, time out. Pause. We ain't, you know what I mean? Like we meshing. We mesh. So we should have a good night. Like we got good interaction. So we should have a good night. And that's exactly what we had. After that, another nurse had seen me and was like, hey, man, what's going on? I heard you had went to Texas. Hey, first things first, hey. Don't scream that kind of stuff out, bro. You can't just scream that out. Because I don't want everybody in my business like that. I don't want everybody in my pockets like that. Because some people hate and get jealous and envious. And they may just start problems where there ain't no problems at when they find out you got this big bankroll on you. You feel me? But I'm like, yeah, dog, I went out there, man. I made it do what it do. I gotta get paid. I put my last name first, so I put in a 2 weeks notice over here, went over there, got that, came back in here. Dog, like, yeah, man, I wish I could do that, but I don't sign this contract. They don't give me a little bonus money for signing on. Hey, bro, I tell you straight up, homie. Cause he was like, dog was like, yeah, so I don't want to leave because this, that. I'm like, hey, bro, I tell you straight up, homie. I had a little wet and cold feet about not leaving this and that. I missed 80,000. I missed 80,000 saying the same thing you saying. Now, I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I missed. Yeah, I got paid too, but I missed the 80 piece. The rest on you, dog. Dog, like, yeah, man, how was it? It was what they said it was, dog. 10 to 11K a week. Hey, don't look at me like, hey, I ain't believe it either. That's why I was hesitant. I ain't believe it. But dog, it's real, my boy. Dog said, if you come back, are you going? Hey, for my family, I do what I gotta do. But see, the stakes is different. Like the stakes is higher. Like I'm going all in, but I got more poker chips now. So I gotta really like think and like sit back and evaluate my situation. Cause now I'm the sole provider for my family. You feel me? Like my girl ain't gotta work. My son on my insurance. So it's more dependent on me and its employment than it was before. You feel me? My son went here. Jody had a job. I can just drop. I can't do that right now. You feel me? But I am putting myself in position that I could have a good chance of being able to do that. But I got to put Fetty on top of the Fetty without getting too personal. Like, forget what I got. I got that. That's over there. Now I'm trying to get more on top of that. So when that there come, I can be in a position to say, yeah, you know what? Till go 2 weeks. If I can't come back, I don't need to come back. But that's a whole another story. Now, another story that took place. I'm in the patient room, documenting event settings, the heart rate, tidal volume, everything that's going on with the patient. Doing my respiratory therapy, 1-2 step. Nurse called me. Yeah, the vent is alarming over here. It's saying like low minute volume, but it's no rush. When you get a chance, can you come and look at it? I'm like, hold on, wait. If it's saying low minute volume, that's something serious. I gotta be there ASAP, so I'll be there. Just bear with me. So dropped what I was doing, went over there, checked the situation out. So I get into the room. Patient got a good tidal volume going, got a good minute ventilation. And I'm saying, like, the nurse said it was a low minute volume alarm. But what I realized was that with the vents, the cerebral eye vent. If the vent can alarm at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It can say low minute volume at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then go back to normal. That vent alarm is still going to be there until you clear it from the screen. So that's what the nurse had to have seen. Because I come here, the patient doing fine, the patient doing great, normal minute ventilation, normal tidal volume. So that had to be what she had seen. And there's also a way on the cerebral eye vent that you can like check the trends where you can see at what time what alarm went off. So I'm checking. No time that we've been here has the alarm went off for low minute volume. But I came in there. The nurse came in. She's like, yeah, it was saying a little low minute volume, but now it seems like it's good. But that's because I cleared the screen. So I just let the nurse know like what took place and what could have been an issue. And let her know that I'm here if anything does happen seriously. Respiratory therapy, I got us. I saw the HME was a little bit clogged up, had some mucus going on in there. I changed that out, giving the patient a new HME and a new ballot. So I'm showing the nurses that, hey, bro, it's the problem. I'm going to show up. I'm going to fix the problem. And I'm going to avoid another problem. By changing the HME, I'm going to avoid a whole nother problem. So now, like I say, we meshing and we going to have a good night. And that's what we had, dog. Shout out to the nurses, man. That's willing to have a good night, nah. Because it is some nurses that you know. But for the most part, y'all all right with me. And I'm all right with y'all. Shout out to the nurses. The last situation that took place, that was like real, like I had to really get in there and do some critical thinking. It was a patient on the vent. Peak pressures was alarming, like extremely high. So, of course, I suction. That dropped them down, like, to 44, 45. That's still scary high. That's a high peak pressure. So, I'm like, you know what, man? With my years of experience, I know that, like, when you, like, adjust the eye time, the inspiratory time on the vent, it drops the peak pressure. So, I go into the inspiratory pressure settings, I go into the inspiratory time settings. Remember, I had a long night, bro, so I'm kind of getting caught up in words. So I go into the eye time settings. I see they got eye time at like 0.2. So that's the quickest. That breath can deliver fast as hell. Like, fast as hell, 0.2. So I extend it. So now, the eye time is just how long the inspiratory breath lasts. So they just, bro, that's too turbulent. So I put it in there, I slow it down. It's, peak pressures go down to within normal range. So it's a dude in the room doing dialysis on the patient. So the vent just keep beep, beep. He and that just like beep, beep, just messing with his head. Like, God, this is a lot of noise. So when I fix that, dog, like, yeah, I'm like, hey, respiratory therapy. Bro, I'm just saying, respiratory therapy. And with respiratory therapy, dog, everybody work different, man. You feel me? I'm making like when I like document my vent checks. It's a section that says respiratory alarms. I check my alarms and see where they're at and see if they're in a position where I would like for them to be. If I gotta change it, I'm going behind somebody, man. The respiratory therapy alarm, the respiratory rate alarm is at 59. The peak pressure at 78. Low minute volume is at 0.2. Like, it's like, come on, dog. Like, those alarms are never gonna go off. But Randy, how's that a bad thing? The alarm is never gonna go off even if something bad happens. A peak pressure at 78? How that a respiratory rate at 59? Those things are like impossible to damn near impossible to reach. 79 peak pressure, it gotta take place for that to happen. You can pop a lung and it'll be at 79, it'll be at 68. And no alarm is going off, so nobody been being notified. Like, come on, dog. I gotta bring them down. So, Randy, what settings do you put your alarms at? I put them at reasonable settings. I say reasonable. See, I leave it at reasonable. Because I could say 35. I could say 40. But then somebody can come behind me and say, no, that's not right. That's dangerous. They can nitpick through the rule book and you send me, hey, I put it at reasonable. Hey, man, I put it at reasonable, dog. Reasonable setting. So if something goes wrong, I know what's going on. That could be 32. That could be 33. I say reasonable. Y'all be the judge. But hey, man, y'all have a good one, man. I had a real smooth night after all that. I had a real easy night. It's Saturday. The Retro 11 Cool Grays just dropped. I'm lucky enough to be able to get a pair for me, my girl, and my baby boy. So like, y'all know that. I don't care if I get them. Like, I don't care. Whatever. I get them. I got lucky. I got them. Cool. As long as my girl and my son straight, that's all that matters to me. I don't need another pair of nothing. They good. I'm good, bro. Beautiful day in sunny South Florida. Huh?
That's for the kids.
And then can I see the other one? What's the size for the kids one?
5.5.
Man, my son getting so big, dog. Damn, I'm blessed, bro. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm happy. Like, I don't know. I'm happy, dog. Like, more money than I ever had in my life, like saved. Then I'm getting more